Hello friends, and welcome to your May 2022 Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such an honor and a privilege to be here, and I hope you enjoy the content that is coming your way. So what are Taroscopes? What are the monthly Taroscopes, you may be asking? So it is 12 individual readings that are done using the same format, using the same structure, but obviously the reading itself is different, and I do one recording or one reading per sign of the zodiac. And basically, the idea behind these is to give you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation for the month in question. In this particular case, May 2022. So normally, well, for the last couple of months, I've actually stuck with the same format and done the same kind of reading month for each of the months. But this month, I decided to change it up a little bit. So it is a little bit different from the normal, from the usual. And we're doing a 9-card reading, which is quite a detailed reading. I'm sort of looking at, we get the kind of theme for the month. We look at what you should be avoiding, what you should be embracing, what you need to be watching out for, what action you need to take on something. And then obviously we get a little bit of guidance from Spirit thrown in as well. So there is a lot of information. And obviously the readings are quite broad and quite, I'm almost going to say non-specific, but it's done so that you can apply it to your life regardless of what it is that you're going through. There are, I have to say though, in some of the readings, it does get quite specific as to what you can expect, what you need to do, what you need to watch out for, etc. But they are a lot of fun. And the idea behind them is to just to give you a bit of inspiration, to give you a bit of motivation, and just to help you navigate the month, yourself, your situations, and your circumstances. But it's really to help you be the best version of yourself that you can be. So the videos are put into a private or separate playlist on YouTube so that you can access them whenever you need to. And I do set the intention that it's done for your sun sign, your astrological sun sign, your moon sign, or even your rising sign. So if you know a little bit about your own astrology and you're curious about, on an emotional level, how are you going to be, then you would look at your moon sign, for example. Or if you just want to look up your family members or your children or your partner or whoever it is, you can. You have access to all 12 of the videos. So there will be a May 2022 playlist that you can access and that you can have a look at. And in the description of this particular video, I will have links to the others as well. So you could just, once you've watched yours, you can just open up the description at the bottom and you can go and access all the other zodiac signs as well. And the tarot cards that I'm working with this month, I say tarot cards, but I mean the cards that I'm working with this month is the Tarot of Mystical Moments and I've only got the lid of the box here, difficult to hold, and the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So they do work together, and they work together so well. So this is the pairing that I've chosen to use for our May 2022 forecast readings. So friends, these readings are free. There is absolutely no cost to you at all to access these readings. In exchange, all I ask is for you, if you enjoy the video, to give it a thumbs up. And if it speaks to your heart and soul, just leave me a little comment below. It's always so valued and appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to my channel. So you get, on my channel, we do week ahead readings every Sunday. They are released for the week ahead. And then once a week on a Thursday, I have changed it from Fridays to Thursdays. So once a week on a Thursday, you will have some kind of inspirational content, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, whether it be whatever it is that comes to me. Occasionally there may be a little bit of a walkthrough of a new tarot deck that I've got, or anything that comes to mind. And I love your support. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'm going to stop babbling, because you're not here to listen to me, you're here to get your insight into the month of May 2022. So we're gonna, this portion of the video that I'm recording right now, that you're listening to right now, is the same for all signs. So I'm recording one intro, which I stick in front of each of the 12 individual readings. So if you do go to watch another reading, it's like, oh, why is she saying the same things? It's because it's the same video. So, so as soon as I stop talking at this point, it'll go straight into the particular zodiac that you are watching, and then you will get your specific reading. I do hope that you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I look forward to connecting with you shortly. Aquarius, let's get into your reading and let's have a look and see what the month of May has in store for you. Right, so Aquarius, I am going to give the tarot deck in my hands quite a detailed shuffle, and I'm only going to start the reading once I have fully laid out all the 10 cards that we're going to be working with today. So I'm going to take 9 cards from this particular tarot deck, and then I'm going to take a single card from an oracle deck, and I'll only start the reading once all 10 cards are on the table. So if you're somebody who enjoys watching the shuffle, you're welcome to stick around. But if you are somebody who prefers to just get straight into the reading, you are welcome to fast forward to the important bits. And if you're on your computer, you can press the L key on your keyboard to jump ahead a couple of seconds. And if you are on your phone or on a tablet, you can double tap the right hand side of the screen to fast forward a couple of seconds until, like I said, you see all 10 cards on the table. Only then will I start the reading. So Aquarius, we're looking at May 2022. We're looking to see what's coming up for you. What do you need to focus on? What do you need to be aware on? What's important and significant for you to know for the month of May 2022? We're also going to have a look at what you should be avoiding during the month as well, because that's also just as important, isn't it? Give the cards a shuffle. I'm happy with that. Put them together. I'm going to cut over there. And let's put them down. I am leaving a space over there for the oracle deck that I'm going to put, or the oracle card that I'm going to put. We have a little bit of sunshine on the table, but it doesn't cause us too much problems, so just don't mind the sunshine. Right. I was trying to be neat and tidy, but it's not working. So let's just put the cards down and let's grab the oracle and then I shall tidy up. Okay, so oopsie. So Aquarius, we're looking at May 2022, and from this oracle deck, I'm looking for a single card to act as your theme for the month ahead, and apparently that's the one that you need. That's the one that you need. I'm not even going to look at it just yet because I want to look at another card first. So even though we have had a little glimpse at it, we're just going to leave it face down on the table. And let's just tidy up here a little bit because, oh my gosh, it's messy. So difficult because the cards seem to get a life of their own and just start twisting and turning. Right, so Aquarius, here we have all our cards on the table. I'm going to start with this card over here. And this is the first tarot card that we laid down. And this is going to give you the energy that you enter into the month of May with. So as you come into May, what is going on around you? What is the energy that you have? What are the kind of things happening around you? If I can say, your energy at the beginning of the month of May. And we have got the Emperor, which is lovely because immediately Aquarius says that, you know what, you start the month off feeling quite confident. You start the month off feeling quite sure of yourself and quite confident and quite capable. I always, whenever I see that Emperor card, I always feel like, you know what, he is so capable. There is so much that he could do. There is so much that he's in control of, and there's so much that he's responsible with, but it doesn't weigh heavily on him. His responsibilities do not weigh heavily on him. He's actually quite comfortable and quite satisfied and quite capable of dealing with things for himself. So this is you as you enter into the month. So you step into month going, I'm here, I can do this. What do you have for me? What are we dealing with? Let's do it. Okay. So there's quite that strong, capable feeling. And I think to start a month off feeling like that is really great. We'll see how it plays out with the rest of the month, but that is the energy that you're stepping into the month. So well done, Aquarius, on that. Now let's have a look at our oracle card. So this is the theme for the month ahead, and you have got tiny triumphs. Oh, I like that. So that actually plays quite nicely into the Emperor card because he's capable, he's sure of himself, he knows exactly who and what he is, he's not afraid of anything. But he doesn't have this urgency to do everything at once, okay? He doesn't have this urgency to sort of, accomplish all and have success and victory immediately. He's quite happy to pace himself. And I think that's exactly what I get from tiny triumphs. It's about
having that inner confidence. So here we are dressed as a human, but we have this mouse head. And the bird, I mean, obviously the mouse is so much bigger than the bird, and normally the roles would be reversed. And the bird, I don't think, has quite even realized what's going on here yet. So Tiny Triumphs is basically saying to you, let's celebrate the small victories. Let's celebrate, because ultimately each small victory takes you higher and higher and higher and higher until you have accomplished everything that you need to. And the Emperor has that inner confidence to know that, what, each tiny triumph, each tiny victory gets us that much closer to our ultimate goals and ultimate rewards. So Tiny Triumphs as a theme for the month ahead is really good, but our theme is connected over 2 cards. So Aquarius, let's have a look at the tarot card that's connected to the theme for the month ahead. And the tarot card we have is the 8 of Cups. So this is so interesting. So here we have you now suddenly as a ladybird, and you are walking a path, and it's almost like you are walking away from your home, from your safe place, from your place of comfort. And it's because you're feeling unfulfilled. You're feeling like, there's got to be so much more out there. If you imagine yourself as a little ladybird and your life is very much in one space, in one area, in one location, and yes, you could be quite happy in that space forever, but there's this yearning to explore, this yearning to follow the path and to see what else is out there, what else is available to you, what else can you grab, what else can you have. So the 8 of Cups with the Tiny Triumphs is basically saying that, again, the theme for the month is we understand that you want to explore more. We understand that you want to know more, that you want to have more, that you want to experience more, but you've got to take it in small steps, okay? So you've got to understand that every single step that you take is what takes you closer and closer to your goals and further away from wherever you want to get away from. And it's about that confidence that you have to achieve that. So Aquarius, very interesting indeed. Definitely needing to explore, needing to see what else is out there, but also needing to focus on the tiny triumphs, on the small victories. All right. Our next tarot card is something that you absolutely will accomplish during the month of May. So let's have a look, Aquarius. What will you accomplish this month? Sure. All right, we have got what I like to say the dreaded Tower card, because a lot of people do fear the Tower card in the tarot system, because it normally is a card of destruction and desolation and destroying and things like that. But this is something that you will accomplish this month. And the other side of the Tower is, yes, once we've had the destruction, once we've had the collapse, we then focus on the rebuild. Okay, and that is something you can only rebuild if you've walked away and if you focus on brick by brick, tiny triumphs. Each thing that you do, if you see it as a victory, if you see it as an accomplishment, if you see it as a reward, it absolutely will be. And remember, you're strong, you're capable, you're confident, and you got this. So Aquarius, what will you accomplish this month is maybe taking something within your life, taking it, whether it be a thought process, an emotion, a situation, a circumstance, but something that isn't working for you. And that's why we're exploring and wanting to move away, wanting to see what else is out there. So it's about, I hesitate to use the word destroy, but it's the only word that comes to me. It's about destroying something that doesn't work for you and then saying, all right, now that that's out of the way, what can I do to rebuild? What can I do to recreate, to reestablish myself? And that is where we're going this month. So this is something that you will accomplish. It is the stopping, the ending of one thing in order to start, grow, and develop something else. I am going to say to you with the Tower card, though, it's often not very pleasant, okay? So it's not like it's going to be a fun, happy, wonderful, tra-la-la experience. No, we have to rip that Band-Aid off, and you have to rip it off hard and fast. And yes, it's going to sting. Yes, it's going to hurt, but only for a short period of time, because then the healing starts, and then the rebuild starts, and then everything starts coming together. So you will rip that Band-Aid off quite quickly and quite fast during the month of May. But you got this. You got this, Aquarius. You got this. So as much as that is something that you will accomplish, we're now going to have a look at something that you absolutely need to avoid during the month of May. So we're saying, let's deal with this, but what should we not deal with? What should we be avoiding, Aquarius? Feeling smug. Feeling smug about it. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles is a card of having everything your heart desires. It's about the legacy. It's about the achieving all your goals, dreams, and ambitions. It's about really sitting at the top and saying, I've done it. Okay. So as much as you have done it and as much as you will do it, we don't want to feel smug about it. So, because this is something that you need to avoid, that we don't want. We don't want to be, rubbing it in people's faces that you are recreating yourself or reestablishing yourself or letting go of situations and circumstances. So let's do it, but let's do it quietly. Let's do it and let's just get on. Let's not look for the recognition that comes with it. Okay. And I know, Aquarius, I know that you probably think yourself, oh, but I don't do that. Just avoid it during the month, because maybe it is out of character for you, but maybe during the month there may be a situation where suddenly you are put in a position where you can brag a little bit, and this is Spirit saying, no, don't do it. Right, let's come down to the bottom here. And what we're looking at here, Aquarius, is something that you need to embrace during the month. So what should you embrace during the month of May? And we have got the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is about your emotions. He's very much in control of his emotions. He's very much the one who says, I understand that there's undercurrents, and I understand that the waves are rocky, and, that there's crazy chaos, tidal waves, and all sorts of things like that. But I'm going to do my best to maintain equilibrium. I'm going to do my best to maintain my steadiness. And this is absolutely something that you need to embrace, because I am going to tell you that it is an emotionally charged month for you. But we're going to focus on the small victories, because it's the small victories they're going to take us far. That's going to take us everywhere. So don't focus on the whole month. Focus on day by day, one step at a time. And as long as you are doing your best to maintain balance of emotions, you're going to be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So we've looked at what you should avoid, and now down here we're going to look at an obstacle that you may need to overcome. So this is avoid at all costs. This is something that you can't avoid, that you need to jump over. So let's have a look. An obstacle that you may need to overcome during the month. And we've got the Two of Wands. Now, Two of Wands is interesting because, so Aquarius, we know that you're thinkers. We know that still waters run deep. We know that you guys are a lot deeper than what you show on the surface, okay? We get that. We absolutely get that. The Two of Wands, so there she's climbed out of her window. She's sitting on her roof, and she's got the whole world in her hands, but she's sort of looking at the moon, and she's sort of pondering her next step, pondering her life choices, pondering, what do I want to do next? Do I want to stay or do I want to go? Do I want to stay or do I want to go? If I stay, where do I stay? If I go, where do I go? So it's like all these big choices and decisions, and she's sort of weighing up all her pros and cons. Now remember, this is an obstacle that you may need to overcome during the month of May. And the Two of Wands is about the procrastination of decisions. And I think that's why we had the Tower card come through over there as something that you will accomplish, because you don't have the luxury of toying with decisions, okay? It's quite important here, Aquarius, that you realize that this is something that you have to do. It's not it would be nice if you did. This is like, no, it's going to happen. All right. It's something that you have to do. You have to rip that band-aid off. You have to deal with the pain that comes with ripping the band-aid off, and you have to work on the progress moving forward. So don't procrastinate on the decision, on the choice, on the options too much during the month. You are going to need to work quite quickly on the decisions and the actions so that you can focus on the rebuild. So an obstacle for you is the pondering and the deciding as to what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. And obviously this might be a little bit scary for you. It might be a little bit daunting for you. So over here, our next card that we have is the card of support. And this is the support that's available to you during this time. So while you're going through all of this, what support is available to you from Spirit? And we have got the Two of Swords. So can you see that? We don't see her eyes, okay? Her eyes are there, but, you know, her hat is too big on her head and she can't see. Her hair is these leaves, so she is very grounded. She's very connected to earth, but her sight has been taken from her, all right? It's been obstructed, obscured. She cannot see. On her head, she has what she thinks is a hat, but it turns out it's a log that's been made into a birdhouse, and we've even got some birds that are there. So she's sort of trying to blend in as much as she possibly can, but she's finding it a bit difficult. She's finding it a bit because she can't see her reality. She can't see what's happening right in front of her. So she's relying on her other senses. She's relying on her hearing. She's relying on her feel, on her touch, on her smell, on her taste, on all her other senses, because she cannot see. And the support that's available to you is Spirit saying, even though you can't see us, know that we are near. Know that we are right here with you. You've got your family in spirit. You've got your angels in spirit. You've got spirit guides in spirit. You've got the whole, I'm going to call it spiritual community, gathering around, rallying around you. You might not be able to see them, but you will definitely hear them. You will definitely know them, and you will definitely have all your other senses, heightened to let you know that they are around. So the support that's available to you is the unseen support. Okay, it is the unseen support, and you've got to trust and let your other senses remind you and give you the confirmation that they are absolutely with you. Good. So Aquarius, we're now moving on to our second to last card, which is an action that you need to enforce, something that you actually need to do, an action step that you have to take in the month of May. And it is acknowledging the disappointment. Okay, so it's interesting that it's fallen straight underneath the Tower card. So an action step for you is to not try and avoid the feelings, to not try and disconnect from the emotions of what you're going through. Now, I know we said that you need to embrace your emotions, but this is exactly embracing your emotions. So here we were talking about being in control of your emotions and trying to find that equilibrium and trying to keep everything balanced, but you can still keep things balanced while acknowledging the feelings of hurt, the feelings of pain, and the feelings of disappointment. I am going to say to you at this point, though, Aquarius, it does look like it's a bit of a tough month, but I also think we're going to focus on the tiny triumphs. We're going to focus on every single small success, small victory, and before you know it, you would have overcome all of this, and you'll be feeling happier, feeling stronger, and feeling better for it. And remember, you've got so much support available to you, so much support available to you. Final card that we have for you, Aquarius, is any kind of additional advice and support from Spirit. So anything else that Spirit wanted you to know, anything else that Spirit wanted me to share with you today, just to help you through the month of May. And let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got the Hierophant. I love the Hierophant. You know what? The Hierophant is one of the gentlest cards in the tarot. So here we have this beautiful tree, and it seems like the tree is so high up that we are even above the clouds, okay? And in this tree, we have this huge, big, beautiful owl who is reading a book to you, sitting in the tree, like you've completely just disconnected from the rest of the world, and you're just sort of soaking in everything that Mr. Owl has to share with you. It's that so engrossed in whatever he has to say, and you just want to take it all in. You just want to absorb it all. You just want to learn it all, feel it all, experience it all of whatever Mr. Owl has to offer you. And I think that's what Spirit is saying. Just whatever happens during the month of May, just soak it in. Okay, just soak it in. Don't try to control it too much. Don't try to understand it even too much. And don't try and navigate it too much. Just soak it in to the best of your abilities, because that's the way that you're going to ensure happiness and success for yourself. So Aquarius, looks like you're in for an interesting, fabulous month. And I am going to say to you that don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Because, just rip that band-aid off as quickly as you can, and know that better waits for you on the other side of it. All right. As always, with lots of love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, Aquarius, take care.